When using 3-click spelling, you can find the spelling for most words, approximately 40,000, in 3 simple clicks. However, you cannot find words with inflectional endings or suffixes. For example, we can find bat, but we cannot find bats, batting, or batted. For antagonize, we can find antagonize, but we cannot find antagonizes, antagonizer, antagonizing, or antagonized. So how, as a student, do you spell these words? Well, you have to find the base words, and then we have to use a special tool called the morphing matrix. So let's scroll down here and find out where this magic tool is. And here it is right here. Everybody knows that a caterpillar will morph into a butterfly. So let's open up this document. You can print this off, and let's make it a full screen here. So using 3-click spelling, we can find the root word, but then we have to look at what are the rules for adding the s or z, the the ing, and the past tense, which has 3 sounds. Let's look at the next page of the document. Okay, here's a tool that allows kids, instead of using their fingers just for counting and math, we can also use it to help morph a word. So this is the base word, the root word. This is the plural or action. This is the person or thing. This is currently or in the future. And here's your past tense. Notice we have 4 types of vocabulary. This is the most important to listening and speaking. As the student morphs the word, is that word in their listening or speaking vocabulary? Let's take the word cats. We have cat, cats, catter, no. Catting, no. Catted, no. So you can see how it has to be in their listening or speaking vocabulary for the rule to apply. Okay, this is for a right-handed student. They can use their left hand, so they can write with their right hand when we go to the next tool. This page here is for the left-handed person, so they can use their right hand to help morph while they're writing with their left hand. Also notice that the sounds for the past tense of ed has 3 sounds: toasted, grilled, baked. Okay, this is the text instructions how to use the tool, but I will be showing you an animation example in a few seconds. This is the key tool. This is the morphing matrix, and the animation will explain how this is used. And this is the tool, remember I mentioned about writing, so the student can use their handprint as they're writing the morphed words in this section here. Again, you can print this off, and I would use the plastic page protector so they can reuse it as many times as they need to. So let's take a look at the animation of how this tool is used. For this demonstration, I've combined all 3 pages of the hand, the matrix, and the worksheet. So let's take a look at the word cat. So here's our base word, our root word. So can we add a s to it, cats? Well, it is in my speaking and listening vocabulary, so yes. How about catter? No. How about catting? No. How about catted? No. So now let's take a look at the rule how to add to make it cat, cats. So we go up here and we look at the very last letter. Is that T a vowel or a consonant? It's a consonant. So these rules the student can cross off using the plastic page protector and a dry marker. So now we have to look at the consonant endings. Does that T hiss? No. So we're left with 2 choices. The rhyme length. Is it 2, 3, 4, or 5? So what we do, we again underline, but starting at the right, and keep going until you run out of vowels. I now have two letters underlined. So this is our rule that we want to use, and we can eliminate this rule. So here's our rules. So to make it the 2 plus, the plural, we add the S. Since we can't do these, we're ready for the next word. Let's take a look at the word run. Again, we have run. Do we have runs? Yes. Do we have runner? Yes. Do we have running in our vocabulary? Yes. And yesterday I runned. Let's see. I don't think so. But I do have a new word. I ran. So sometimes you have to use a new word. And we can look up this word. Now let's take a look at the rules for morphing run. So again, we look at the very last letter. Is that N a vowel or a consonant? It's a consonant, so we can again cross off these rules. And now does that N hiss? No. So we're back to deciding, is it 2, 3, 4, or 5? Again, you underline from right to left until you run out of vowels. I have two letters, so it's the same rule. And we can eliminate that one. So these are our rules. So to make it plural, we add the S. To make it the person or a thing, oh, here it says 2x consonant. So that means we have to double that last letter, the last consonant. So here we have two N's, and then we add the ER. To add the ing, we go across. Again, we have to double the consonant. So we're going to make it add the N, add ing. And we already did the ran because it is a new word. Let's do a quick summary of boat. Again, we look at the very last letter. It's a consonant, so vowel endings. Okay, it has a rhyme of 3. So does it hiss? No. Rhyme length 2, 3, 4, or 5. So we cross off the 2. Now we use this rule. So we add boats, add ER, just add an ING, and just add an ED. Let's take a look at the word mow. We need to look at the very last letter. A W at the end of a word is a vowel or vowel helper. So we cross off the consonant endings. We go over here. Is that last letter a final E? No. Is it a Y? No. Is it an O? No. So it has to be two vowels. So here we see the OW. So this is the rule that we want to use. So now we have mows, mower, mowing, add the ing, and mowed. Let's take a look at smile. Okay, again, we verified that we have smiles, smiler, smiling, and smiled. So again, we look at the very last letter. It's a vowel, so we cross off the consonants. Now we look at the final E. Yes, that's the rule we want, so we can cross off the other rules. And so for smiles, oh, we have to drop the E and add ES. For a thing, smiler, we drop the E and add ER. To make it future or current action, we drop the E and add ing. And yesterday, I smiled, so we drop the E and add ed. Let's take a look at a multi-syllable word. So again, we look at the very last letter of the last syllable. So here we have a Y. Well, a Y at the end of a word is a vowel, so we can cross out the consonant. And now we look at, is that a final E? No. Is it a Y only? Yes. So we can cross off these two rules and use these rules here. So now we have, let's verify, we got multiply, multiplies, multiplier, multiplying, multiplied. So I could put the check marks there. Now I have to look at my rules. So do the 2 plus, we change a y to I and add es. To make it a person or a thing, we go over here, change a y to I and add er. To make it the future or now, we're going over here. Oh, here we just have to add the ing. And make it past tense, yesterday, I'm going to go over here and change a y to I and add ed. So you can use this morphing matrix for both single syllable words and multi-syllable words. Again, for the multi-syllable words database, we're converting 40,000 words into about 100,000 words. And for the single syllable tool, we're converting 3,500 words into about 10,000 words by using this very simple but powerful morphing matrix. Another place that we can actually see the words in being morphed is using this interactive tool. Let's find ran. So I'm going to go down here and find the beginning sound of R. I'm going to do the short A sound, and let's just let's just use all of the last sounds. And I'm going to sort it by rhyme. Let's do a search. And we have 15 words with that pattern. Let's find ran. Okay, number 4 is ran. So how do we morph it? That's not the base word, that's the past tense. So let's go down here. Here's our inflectional morphing handprint. So here's our short vowel sounds. So here's our word, but here's our base word, and here's our inflections. So here's ran, so the base word is run, runs, runner, running, and past tense again is ran. That's how you can actually use this when you're studying words. So in summary, to convert the 40,000 words in the multi-syllable database to inflectional endings, and for our single syllable words, you'd use this morphing tool.